Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Vandal Overwatch and our first stream of the season here in week 3 of the ECAC League. I'm Spirit or Sam and joined by the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Bradical.
Oh, thank you, Sam. Oh man, I'm super hyped to be here. Unfortunately, there wasn't Overwatch last week because it was either rescheduled or was it a forfeit?
The,
What happened?
there was some scheduling conflicts.
Okay.
There was thoughts that the team we were playing last week might end up forfeiting, might not be forfeiting, and then at the very last minute they came in, they didn't forfeit. They played the game, and Idaho ended up getting the win 3-0 last week, and then they lost their first game 1-3. So currently at 1-1, and then who we're going against today, Keiser? You were telling me earlier before the stream that they're 1-0 right now.
Yeah, they are 1-0. They didn't play their week 2 matchup, presumably rescheduled. So this is technically their second match of the season that they're playing. But both of these teams have faced against a common enemy in Nelson University, and both teams came out on top 3-0. So
So
based
pretty,
off of that, it should be a pretty good game.
yeah, it should be a pretty even matchup today. A lot of these games don't end up actually going to map 5, so it'll be interesting to see how back and forth this is going to be, if someone's going to get the upper hand and where they want to take it from here.
Yeah, a lot of times in these team shooters, these team hero shooters, we see score lines like 3-1, 3-0 because there's just that much of a team diff. It's hard to find these games where it does go to like a map number 3 just because the skill difference and just the teamwork and communication between the teams are so different.
Absolutely, and especially when you get that first win, you start building such a mental fortitude that you can carry yourself later on. You get all the confidence when you keep winning and winning that, and that goes for the opposite too. If you keep losing, you're going to keep thinking, "Oh, I might be losing," and it's more mental than it can be sometimes than you think. And you casted Marvel Rivals last semester, and now you're actually competing
Yeah.
in Marvel Rivals on a hero shooter. So it'll be fun to see what kind of insight you can bring from someone who went from casting to actually competing when we get into this Overwatch game.
Yeah, it should be very fun here. And here's some of our lovely players. Would you like to talk about some of our new roster changes or some of our old players returning?
I would absolutely love to. So if you tuned in last semester, you would have noticed it was me and Nav who was casting. Nav also drank the Kool-Aid just like Brad did and is
It's so
competing.
good. The Kool-Aid is amazing.
Yeah, so we'll actually get to see Nav play today. He's currently one of the DPS players. And speaking of DPS, Brawler, our team captain, was the tank for the entirety of his Overwatch career here in the Esports lab. And now he swapped over to DPS because,
Really?
yes.
What?
So little known fact, Brawler is actually a Genji main, and he only learned how to play tank to compete for the school because there was no other tank players. And he's like, I want to play so bad. I'll commit to the bit. I'll learn tank. I'll fill in the slot that needs to be done. And he had some really good performances on tank, and now he's more comfortable playing his favorite role, getting to play some of his favorite characters, and it'll be a lot of fun to see. And since he's not on tank anymore, Magic Turtle, who you can see in the very back with the white headphones, he was our Lucio player last semester. He's now the new tank player.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of role swappage happening. I wonder if they are like fully comfortable with the whole like team synergy right now or if it's still building up. This will definitely be a match to try and determine that. But before this match, I did have the pleasure with speaking with Brawler, who is also my Marvel Rivals coach, so I know him quite well. But I asked him what their biggest strength was as a team, and he said communication. The comms are always on point here. If they see someone that's low and is able to be picked off, calling out and singling out that single enemy is very crucial, and they do a good job at that. And then I also asked what a weakness may be or something they want to try and fix, and Brawler said try and speed up the gameplay. Sometimes they play a bit too slow and passive when it would be better to speed up, be more aggro, take some space. So we'll definitely have to keep a lookout for those two strengths and weaknesses for this match and see if anything happens.
That's really good. That's true, and that kind of leads into exactly what you were saying before with how the team synergy works with one another. Because a lot of these guys have played together before, but they all haven't played as this core five in one group. Like Brawler and Magic Turtle and Meat, they all played together last season, and then Nav and Brawler played together like 2 seasons ago. So it's just building it up, and we'll get to see kind of where they go. I think that was their big problem in their loss in week 1 was not being aggressive enough at the points that they needed to. And they've spent a lot of time practicing and working to try and improve and go further from there.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I haven't really played Overwatch in a minute, been more focused on Marvel Rivals, but I've been keeping up with the news, the super cool update that's coming out, or is out, I guess, the 5 new heroes. That's an insane drop, and that's definitely a way to try and revive a game and get some new players flowing on in.
It really is, and I think that was totally a response to when Deadpool said that Rivals is the most action hero-packed shooter ever. Rivals was like, all right, or no, Overwatch was like, all right, we're gonna drop 5. Now we have one more character than Rivals.
They have get one upped, literally.
Literally. Another player I wanted to talk to you about is I think you're a little bit familiar with him. Valorant JV player, a little bit of Rainbow JV, Awesome Sauce.
Oh, yes.
Awesome Sauce is now our new support player in Meet 11305. You cannot get my GOAT off the Mercy and the Curie. My GOAT's going to lock in the Mercy, going to lock in the Curie, and going to do the things. He's not swapping positions. He's comfortable where he's at. So now he has his new backline partner in Awesome Sauce.
Oh, yeah.
What have you seen from him before? Didn't he have a pretty great run in Valorant last season?
Yes, he did have a very good run. He was part of the JV Valorant squad that made a pretty good run through playoffs. They made it through semifinals, unfortunately losing in a very close match. And they had the skill to get second place, but based off how the bracket was, they ended up getting third place. But yeah, very solid performance. And he's definitely an all-rounder for throughout the games he plays. Like he plays a lot of different games, so you know the aim's going to be there from the Valorant. And he just takes a bunch of these different skills from games he plays, and he can use this in Overwatch to just become a better player.
That's awesome. I'm really excited to see him compete and see what he brings to the table for the team. I know he's been playing a lot of Baptiste, a lot of Wu Yang, and yeah, he's been learning Mizuki a lot too. One of our 5 new characters that we were briefly talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm. Okay, out of the 5 new characters, which one is your favorite?
Oh, Emre probably. I have been having an absolute blast on Emre. I think I've only played like 5 or 6 games, but I'm still holding an 80% win rate.
That's pretty good.
I don't know. I just get some of the best stats I've ever had when I play the game when I play him, and it just makes me want to play him more.
Is the character goated, or are you just goated?
I think the character's just goated.
Okay. Oh, come on.
I'm a pleb.
At least say both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm too much
Both
of a
are
quick play warrior to consider myself goated.
Quick play warrior, yeah. But another hero that looks super fun and super cute, Jetpack Cat. Kind of a different playstyle from what we're used to seeing.
Yes. I think the thing with Jetpack Cat was they saw the success Rivals had with adding flying characters like My Man Human Torch, Iron Man, Storm, Ultron, and all of that, and just like having a character who's constantly flying in Overwatch was like, oh, let's try that out.
Yeah.
And it's been controversial, but it's been such a fun take to have the character. I mean, I remember teasing Jetpack Cat. Oh, back in the old days in like 2018, maybe even back in 2016, there was original concept art for Jetpack Cat, and here in 2026,
wow.
We finally have him.
Just needed that little bit of competition to fully utilize him. Their little secret card.
That's true. And just kind of like what Flats has been saying, it's the 2K argument. We've got 2 great games, and competition just makes them both better. Why can't we both all have fun playing both of them?
Yeah. Yeah, as a Marvel Rivals player, I respect Overwatch a lot. I like it a lot. I love both games, so I'm very excited to see this match be played, and kind of dive into the new meta of Overwatch. Do you know if these new agents or new heroes, sorry, so many games, different terms, these heroes will be used in this ECAC league, or are they not allowed yet?
So I think this is the week where we're going to find out. Since last week was the update, they wanted to give some trial periods to see if we're ready to go ahead and let all 5 of the new ones in, or if we want to give it a little bit more time. So we'll see. I know Brawler and Nav have both been practicing Emery a lot. So I think he's the one who's most likely to get picked. And Awesome Sauce has also been playing a lot of Mizuki on his time to get that out and bust it out and see what we can do. So only time will tell. I'm not 100% sure if they're all legal yet or not, but I'm really hoping so.
Yeah, and from casting Overwatch last semester / school year, there was one weak point I noticed from the Vandals, and it was King's Row. King's Row was like a very tough map for them. They ended up like not being that strong on defense, so I don't know if it's been practiced a lot or not, but if Kings Row is being played, which it was played like a lot of different games, it's a very popular map. I am very curious to see if that is played and how the Vandals approach it with kind of a new roster too.
Yeah, no, that's a great point because Kings Row is like one of their comfort picks. They always want to play it, but that's like also the most popular hybrid map in the game. Everyone wants to play Kings Row whenever it's there. So it's just a matter of who knows the map more. And like you said, defense was definitely their strongest or their hardest point on Kings Row. They would always lock in some pretty solid offensive pushes, but when it was their turn to try to lock it down, sometimes they could fold and crack under pressure. But we did see a lot of it. We also saw a lot of Samoa last semester, which is our 2CP map. Or no, not 2CP. Oh my gosh, I'm so old. Hybrid. No, not hybrid. Oh, I'm tripping. Control point. Where you gotta, yeah, the King of the Hill kind of style.
Yeah, I really think they should like change the names to be a lot more distinctive. Because a lot of times I just mix them up. They are like different words and stuff, but they're like complicated words. Control point, whatever the other one. List them.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. Hybrid, control. Oh my gosh, escort, the payload one.
Okay.
Then there's flashpoint, and then there's
push.
Yes,
right?
There's push, the robot
push,
one.
Yeah, push is the only one I can like connect to the actual game mode and control point.
Yes.
But like hybrid and those in escort, I can't tell the difference between them. You know, I think there needs to be some renaming, but it could just be me. That could just be a me thing. But it looks like they are in the lobby getting ready. We see Magic Turtle checking out the opposing players. That's a big thing. As a person on one of the teams now, I kind of have that first-person experience. And when you're in the lobby, that's a great time to be checking the profiles of the opposing players, because before the game you can always go to like Overwatch tracker or whatever game you're playing tracker and look at the stats, but sometimes you're not able to find the right players. So being in that lobby and taking that time to really look at what their like most played heroes are and who you would like to do we do bans in Overwatch? Yes, we do. Okay. Yeah, which ones you want to ban? Bans are a huge thing. You always want to try and ban the heroes that oppose or that are really good against your composition that you're playing, and the heroes that your team or the other team is really good at playing.
Absolutely. Bans are such a crucial part of the game, of whatever the game is. Rivals has their own banning system, League of Legends has their own banning system, and Overwatch has their own banning system. And they all obviously revolve around banning a character, but the way that they ban them is different each time. Because in Overwatch, each team, or at least how they do in ECAC, not actual competitive, but each team gets to ban one character per game, and then once a character's been banned, you cannot ban them again.
Okay. Yeah, so Marvel Rivals last semester, I was casting it, and Big G, who is on the team, he has a crazy Emma Frost. But
yes.
Emma Frost was literally banned every single map. First ban wasn't even able to be kept, and it was just perma-ban for Emma Frost, and yeah, just Big G could not play him. But so I really like that banning system for Overwatch. And another thing I really like is Monster Energy. if you want to stay energized and have an awesome drink alongside that, Monster Energy is the perfect drink. If you want to let that inner monster loose, let out your roar with some Monster Energy.
And if you want to have consistent connection to keep locking in and getting your wins and not throwing your ranked games, you should check out Ziply Fiber, the only fiber optic internet here in the PNW where we're at, well, at least in Moscow. They have kept us locked in, solid, ready to go. I live in a house with 3 other gamers, 4 counting myself, and I've never been crashed out once.
Yeah, my problem is I have Ziply Fiber, and I'm still throwing my ranked games.
Oh, no,
no.
It happens.
No.
As long as we're not DCing and we're still giving it our effort, that's all that matters.
Give it your all. Power of friendship will prevail. But here we are, map number 1 for this best of 5 series. First time on stream for our Vandals Overwatch team.
We're here, we're ready. Keiser in the blue, Idaho in the red corner, and we've got our picks locked in and ready to go. Brawler on the Symmetra, probably just to go ahead. As we can see over there, they're locked in Symmetra too. Go ahead and get the TP out, rush your people to point. Meet 11-305 on the Lucio and not the Kiri this time around. Awesome Sauce running the Baptiste. Navigator on the Sojourn. Magic Turtle with the Ramantra, and we'll see who Brawler locks in. These comps are pretty even across the board. We're seeing a Hazard that we're going against. That was a character Brawler played a lot last semester, and this map has got great engage for him. A lot of tight corners he can run in, get the damage out, look for a quick pick, dive right back into the team. Idaho's kind of stuck right here in the back corner next to jump pad, looking for the high ground while also trying not to get pushed too far away from the point. Brawler coming in with a quick first pick, and Magic Turtle tumbles down one more.
Yeah, that little hazard wall right there almost blocked him off, but Idaho, a couple of them go down, but Brawler gets actually a big pick on Lucio, so that's going to be 1 support down.
If you all noticed real quick, up in the corners, we see Idaho in red and then Keiser in blue. But on the kill feed, we see Idaho in blue and Keiser in red.
Oh.
I'm not sure what's going on right there. A little bit of a visual glitch, but I'm sure it'll sort itself out.
Yeah, and Idaho has taken first control over the point, so they are gaining percent here.
I like this car wash Brawler has set up right under the door. If you walk through, you're going to go ahead and get someone beam down to low HP and let your entire team know that they are there. It does look like the third bill is going to swap on over to the Malga. That'll be interesting. Go ahead and shred right through the Magic Turtle tank. You're going to see him go ahead and bring the pummel out once more, and he already has Annihilation.
Man.
Navigator with the skill shot. Magic Turtle popping the ult, finding one more. Navigator shooting shots like Stephen Curry as he finds one more.
Yeah, Navigator showing why he quit this casting and went inside the game himself. He has been playing Overwatch since its release, and yeah, it's awesome to see him cooking.
Looks like Keiser is going to try to go ahead for one more push. Brawler getting aggressive, trying to throw the turrets out a little bit too early, but Navigator with the 3rd skill shot in a row! Get out of here, KO1. Not right now.
Yeah, and that's going to force Keiser to play a little slow here while they wait for that person to respawn. Magic Turtle actually gets taken down, maybe a little too aggressive right there, but Brawler with the quick trade back, numbers are evened out.
80% on the board. We did see the Kitsune Rush come out. I think we just had a beat drop on us. Oh, wait, no, not yet. Go ahead and charging up. Meat finding one more pick. Oh, and Brawler's going to get booped back to spawn. Bill coming in, charging on point. Looking for the stomp and overshot it just a little bit. Now in the back line. Trying to go ahead and spam down the Vandals. We're going to go ahead and drop the Baptiste ball. And the Limp coming in for the clutch save. Bodies are all
Navigator
over the place.
pops ultimate, gets 1 so far. Can Navigator continue to find any more here? Yes, he can.
And make it 2.
Oh,
and the third,
man!
the repeat from Navigator.
What a round from Navigator right there. Idaho, 100% to 0%, maintaining control on that point all game. And Keiser was really trying to approach the point from different directions. They tried to go for high ground that first time. That didn't work, so they chose to go on around the site, on the back site and try to approach like that. But nothing was really working. Idaho was just really holding their ground, and the first initial picks from Navigator really won them a lot of team fights.
Absolutely. Navigator was on lock that game, getting all the crucial ones, and they just weren't able to break past the defense. Magic Turtle had the Ramantra shields being placed exactly where they needed to go, pummeling when it was time, and Meat 11 and Awesome Sauce just kept the team alive to do it. We do see KO1 swap off the Cassidy to the Soldier to try to match what Navigator's doing, and we do see Dark Lotus bust out the Jetpack Cat. So it does look like our new champs are legal today.
Cat! Yes, I might have to be rooting for Jetpack Cat. I don't know. We also see a Bastion for Keiser, so basically a whole roster switch up here, trying to go for a bit more damage. I think that was the problem last time around. They didn't really have enough damage here, but Idaho captures the point uncontested here and is just holding it. A lot of poke is going out for both teams, just trying to do some ult farm.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. Keiser trying to come in through the back hotel room, and they're able to start making their first push. Bill is going to get forced to fall back just a little bit. And
Magic Turtle's so low, but yeah, great support from the rest of Idaho, but a couple of them go down. 3 of them. Awesome Sauce is on site trying to stall for a little bit more percent here.
Looking for the pick on the Bastion. He's going to pop the ult, and no one's home. Navigator coming back with a shot of his own as it gets traded from KO1. Meat with the boot coming in to save the point, and Idaho still hasn't dropped control.
I don't know how Idaho didn't drop control right there. Keiser had the numbers advantage, but wow, from the combination of Navigator and Awesome Sauce right there, that was some great stalling.
It really was. No matter what happened, they still held the point down, they still kept racking up percentage, and they didn't die, and the team got back in time to help clean up the mess. Going for the approach once again from the backside through the left as we tried to go ahead and take Brawler's turrets out of control. It looks like Keiser might be going for a bit of a split push here to take the Vandals by surprise.
Yeah,
Leo
both
is going to find the first pick.
Oh, Navigator getting a huge one on the Jetpack Cat there. There's one support down for Keiser here. Magic Turtle finding one of his own. That's the other support. But all supports are down for Keiser. Now it's all left to Hunting for Idaho. And Hunting is what they do best here. But a couple of them go down.
At the very last second, it looks like Keiser did get the push they were looking for to try to capture the point. But Meat 11, 305, still up point, getting the boop on the Jetpack Cat. And that is the cleanest 2-0 sweep you can get on this game mode.
Yeah, that is a statement map 1 win right there. And yeah, 0% given out. Magic Turtle with play of the game. Magic Turtle did very good at being that tank, being good frontline damage here. And yeah, this was a crazy play, just obliterating the whole team. Not so much a solo play as I would say more of a team play right there as the play of the game.
Absolutely. Everyone was working together in the exact way that they needed to, and they got what they needed to get done. And did you see how early he had that ultimate too? There was less than 30% on the objective, yeah. And he was already ready to annihilate and make Keiser suffer like he has.
Yeah, it seems like Idaho just popped their ultimates just a bit faster than what Keiser was doing. And yeah, Keiser just was really struggling to try and get onto site. Once they got onto site, they were doing some damage and stuff. But for the majority of those rounds, a lot of those fights weren't taking on place on the site and were taking places off site. Idaho did a good job at taking space, pushing them off of the site and taking the fights away from the site so that they could potentially stall if they have 1 or 2 members, and that's what they did, and they just maintained control that whole time, and that has got to be good for the mental for the Vandals.
Absolutely. They took huge advantage of the choke points that they had coming out from spawn, where we'd see Keiser try to run in, but there was already 2 or 3 Vandals there ready to go ahead and get a pick or 2 to go ahead and give them the numbers advantage when they try to push onto the objective.
Yeah, and we did see Keiser do a bit of a whole roster change right there with the heroes, but even that didn't really work. What would you have suggested to them?
At that point, you just kind of got to this is a learning round for Keiser. You got to see what Idaho's doing and why they're finding success in the way that they're doing it, and whether if it's countering Navigator, trying to get him picked off first so he can't pick them off, or if you want to try to target the supports first, because we saw Meet 11305, who had some discrepancies with learning Lucio. He was very kind of scared about it, and then he came in and was doing all the things he needed to do, speeding the people who needed to be sped up, looked for the boops when they mattered. And it's just more so looking for those kind of small things to see where you can carry it into round 2. Changing up your roster and changing who you're playing at is a great strategy because you can find a lot of different things that work for you and did not work for them.
Yeah, and I would like to take a moment and shout out everyone in chat here supporting the stream. We got Awesome Sauce, my goat. Let's go Magic Turtle, W Turtle. I'm always seeing Magic Turtle fans in this chat, and I love it every single time. Every single time Overwatch is being streamed, I can count on the Turtle support.
Absolutely. It's so fun having you all here, coming in, saying hi, and rooting for our favorite players and this team here.
Yeah, and speaking of favorite players, Navigator did some crazy damage, especially on that control point number 1. That was insane. I have not seen him play that good in one of these matches. For like that was the best I've seen. Like that was really good from him. Got so many picks. A lot of the final hits there, and yeah, showing that he put in a lot of practice on that DPS role, and it is showing.
He's been doing a lot of work, even outside the lab, to just keep improving every single day, and it looks like that work is paying off for him.
Yeah, but hey, let's take a moment. Shout out the old Overwatch Instagram here. The wonderful person sitting right next to me, Sam Spirit, is the person that runs that Instagram account. Make sure you go follow the Overwatch, or it's Vandals Overwatch, right? Yeah, Vandals Overwatch on Instagram. There's a lot of awesome posts, and you might even see a pretty cute cat or two.
That's true. They do like to pop up here and there.
Yeah.
Rumor has it that Jetpack Cat no longer wants to live with Brig once they found out that the goats meta was a thing.
Oh, no.
So Jetpack Cat came to live with me and Nav.
Oh, the drama. Jetpack
You heard it here
Cat.
first, y'all.
Oh boy. Oh, were you very sad when Jetpack Cat went down that round right there?
A little bit. I mean, I understand. Sometimes, like, it's war never changes, and unfortunately, when you're a soldier,
war never changes.
When you're a soldier, you gotta keep fighting through it.
Yeah, thought you trained him better than that.
Hey, he just came back to my house, grabbed his new jetpack, and went right back into the game.
Yeah. We got another chatter. We love Kaz. Kaz number 1. Yeah, Kaz is just a very prominent role in this esports organization, whether it's casting, analyst booth, gaming. He does it all here. He's been here for like 3 years now.
Yeah.
He has been an OG here, so definitely shout out to him, and it's awesome to see his moment on stream.
It really was. So it looks like in round 1, we had Orisa and Tracer that were banned and off the table, so we can see them coming in for the rest of the game. And it looks like this next one, we are going to go ahead and ban Sojourn and Dominia too, another one of our new characters. I know she's been giving people a lot of problems with just kind of how strong she's been overall. So makes sense to go ahead and snuff those two out right now. Maybe getting Nav off of the Sojourn will give Keiser some momentum.
Yeah, he did so good that they banned Sojourn here, and Orisa being banned. Map number 1. I love Orisa. When I played back in the day, Orisa was my go-to tank. Do you not like that?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm a Reinhardt enjoyer. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Reinhardt takes a lot more skill than Orisa. Orisa was just turn the brain off, just shoot.
Just press shift whenever you think you're gonna die. You'll probably live.
You'll probably live. You'll probably do the most damage in the match. You'll probably do everything the most. But Here we are going into map number 2. Oh boy.
The map we were just talking about a few minutes ago, Kings Row. Let's see how Idaho wants to respond to it. And I feel like even if Idaho lost round 1, we'd still be seeing Kings Row round 2, no matter what. It's kind of the tried and true tradition around these parts.
It's a tradition, all right, and Idaho has a pretty cool comp. They have Sigma as their tank, and their supports, they have a Zenyatta and Baptiste.
That is fun, and I'm also loving seeing we have the Emre duel breaking out right here. Brawler locked him in, and so did Yale.
Oh, yes, some new hero action. That's what we want to see. And then we have Zarya for Keiser.
We do. Zarya will be a very crucial pick. Like, those bubbles can make or break your game. If you lock them in when you need them and you just get charged up, you can melt through anything. Did look like we have a bit of a tech pause going on right now, so that will get situated, and we'll be back shortly with round 2.
Yeah, that was another thing that Brawler mentioned when I was talking to him is their past 2 matches, there was some technical difficulties in communication sometimes with our computers. Just these 2 rows that they play on are having some technical difficulties as of recently, but we're working on fixing them. For the most part, they should be relatively fixed enough. But here we are in the round, getting it all started. Idaho on defense here. Sigma taking a nice, strong hold here all alone.
Meek finding our first pick, taking out Wu Yang to start the round off. Gonna make Keiser kind of back up and reassess how they want to go for this next push without the support. Magic Turtle finding one more on the KO1, playing the Reaper this time around.
Yeah, sometimes I see teams go up on the high ground, work their way around on that right side and flank sight from behind, but it looks like Keiser is just trying to force themselves through this main point, but that Sigma is going to be a hard obstacle to try and overcome. And wow, I was talking. So many trades are going down right here. Brawler actually finding 2 at the end, finding 3.
Emre just dominated that entire kill feed. Both Emre players just wiped out each team respectively.
Character might be a bit overpowered.
It's funny, everyone thought he was going to be incredibly underpowered going into it. And the wall is up, and what execution with the rock and Brawler to finish the job onto Bill to get the tank off the field.
Yeah, Idaho is building up some of their ultimates. Awesome Sauce using his ultimate here. And so far, a very good hold from Idaho. Keiser really hasn't made it onto site, and when they have, Idaho chose to play it smart, backed off a little bit, gave them some space, and then overtook them again.
Absolutely. Another thing Idaho's been locking in is they've just been able to pick off Dark Lotus every single time he comes back onto the field. Oh, and Brawler slept in the mid-air, but still gets 2 picks with the ult.
Yeah, that's crazy right there. Oh, and okay, good aim right there from Emery. And Idaho does go down here. Capture points is gonna try and be captured. Will Idaho be able to get the touch? It looks like they aren't, and they're just gonna accept defeat on this initial hold.
Just take a little space, wait for the team to regroup, and lock in your next defensive push while you wait for the payload to start rolling. And it looks like Keiser doesn't even want to wait for the payload to get rolling. They're going to go ahead and start diving right into the action. Also, we saw swapping off the Baptiste to match the Wu Yang that Dark Lotus is playing right here.
Oh, and Reaper gets a massive pick on Navigator here. That's when DP gets down for Idaho, but Brawler quickly gets another trade to even them out here. A lot of damage from Idaho being done. But that cart is slowly but surely moving here. Idaho's just letting them take some space.
Seems so. We've seen even more roster swap-ups. Me on the Curie. Oh, has the Kitsune Rush ready to go. We're going to go ahead and drop the Tidal Blast onto the Zarya here, and it is proven ineffective as Magic Turtle dances around the shield.
Yeah, movement right there. And, ooh, man, Navigator getting one with his own ultimate here. Getting another.
Bob is on the field.
Bob!
Having that 6th almost kind of body here. Does a lot of damage. Gets the tank. Gets 1 DPS. And Yale finding one. Awesome Sauce trading it off for another. Getting Dark Lotus back in the spawn room.
Yeah, lots of ultimates for both teams. 2 for Idaho, 3 for Keiser, 4 for Keiser now. So Keiser could try and maybe go for an ult combination here or just pop a couple to ensure a team fight up and coming.
Magic Turtle has the Gravitic Flux now too. Gonna go ahead and drop the Kitsune Rush. Oh, and what a Beyblade as Meat and Brawler get taken out. Magic Turtle finds 2 of his own though.
Okay, it's actually incredible from Idaho getting these picks after some of their teammates get down here. Oh man, working their way around points to try and stay alive. Magic Turtle does take down Dark Lotus, but then goes down. Keiser wins the team fight.
And what great execution there to go ahead and keep everyone alive despite Magic Turtle coming in with the Gravitic Flux. Zarya bubbled their Baptiste just in time. Oh, and we've got another Black Hole out from Zarya, and comboing it up with the Emre ult. That's going to be 3 Vandals
Yeah, that's
down.
going to do some damage right there.
We're right on the cusp of getting our 2nd point on the board, and they are going to capture it. 2 minutes and 45 seconds remain for Keiser to lock this round down.
I was a little scared Magic Turtle was going to get picked off and staggered right there, but did a good job as that tank roll for playing it a bit more safe and conservative, waiting for the support to come back before fully initiating here. But Reaper with another pick on Navigator. Kind of his weakness, it seems like, this time around. That Reaper is causing a lot of problems for Idaho. Zarya getting one. Kiriko and the rest of Keiser team wipes Idaho, and that might be enough time to push the payload to the end of the map unless if anyone is able to touch here.
Zarya looking for the spawn camp. Nod trying to deny the distance, but 0.96 meters remain, and they lock it in. Brawler comes in with the ultimate and finds 1 pick.
Trying to make a stand. Okay, Meat gets one. Trying to make a crazy hold, but Reaper gets 2 with his ultimate. Can he go down here? No, he can't. Brawler is still alive. Trying to do some damage. Awesome Sauce goes down at the end. And that is round 1 complete. 1 minute, 39 seconds left on the clock. Yeah, Idaho had a pretty good hold on that initial points, but after that, they really didn't get any momentum going.
Yeah, absolutely. Once Keiser started steamrolling the payload, it couldn't stop. They killdozered their way all the way through and ended up securing all 3 points with a good chunk of time remaining too.
Yeah, and one of those problems for Idaho, one of those thorns in their foot, was that Reaper. Reaper picked off a couple of the DPS for First Bloods like 3 or 4 times in those team engagements, and just losing that initial one and losing all that damage output is going to cost them some team fights there.
Absolutely. I really like that pick from Keiser here. Getting the Reaper to go ahead and TP in the back line, pick off Navigator right away, and then he can't do his job. And then you're already up a body in the next fight.
Yeah, but both teams are swapping sides here, taking a look at their comps. What do you see? I see Navigator as a Widowmaker.
Yeah, Widow's pretty common here on the first point of oh my gosh, blank on the name, King's
Row.
Row. Yeah, you can hide up there. You can get some. You got a really good angle to go ahead and try to get some headshots off. And if it doesn't work out, you're still in spawn. Might as well swap right away. And I've seen Dark Lotus bust out the Mizuki too. We're seeing all kinds of the new characters. Maybe we'll see Domina later on. Maybe a little bit of Onron too. Make it all 5 in this first debut game of the season. Or at least that's what. But we're here. We're ready. And Magic Turtle's gonna go ahead and match the Zarya too. And the Mei. Oh, I love Mei on this map. You have such a, like, there's only the one choke point unless you go all the way up and around. and you can go ahead and get perfect walls and executions off right here.
Yeah, I love walling characters. I'm a group man in Marvel Rivals, so I'll support some Mei action in here. Dark Lotus starts it off, getting a peek on Brawler.
We did see Nav get back-to-back headshots, but they were on the tank, so that's just going to go ahead and feed the support ults for Keiser.
Yeah, you do kind of have to be careful as that sniper role. You want to try and confirm kills, not do like too much damage and not be able to get the kills, because those support ultimates are going to be farmed off the tanks. And yeah, taking a look at the percents of ults here, they actually don't have too much percent, so it's not too dangerous.
No, still the early stages of the map. Looking to go ahead and find our next push. We're going to swap on over to Reinhardt instead. Oh, and he gets walled off alone.
There's the Mei wall. Idaho definitely has to focus on breaking that. They do whip out the Bastion, so buttloads of damage about to be put out here. And Reinhardt, Magic Turtle, trying to go on the site, but these Mei walls are really stopping the sight line from supports to the tank. But they're making some space here. Trying to do a bit of ring around the rosy action here.
Gonna pop the Curie ult in the back. Idaho already got their first pick on the board. Looking for the second. Oh, and they get knocked off the point just in time. KO1 and 12 finding another one. And what a cleanup from Keiser here. Denying Idaho the objective.
Yeah, Idaho was literally just a second away from getting that second section. So they're going to have to try and reclaim both of those last sections on point here. They have a minute 30 left. That was around the time when Keiser actually captured a point. But it looks like another tech pause is in order here. It sucks when it's in the middle of a match.
Yeah, especially something like this where if you just break your momentum like that, it's a little bit hard to lock right back in.
Yeah, it kind of stops the whole flow state right there. We saw a picture being taken. That you might be seeing that on the Vandals Overwatch Instagram.
Probably will. I would like to give a huge shout out to Serene too. She's one of the subs for the team right now. Can fill in on support if needed, and she's been great here in the lab. Go check out the documentary that she made on Brawler over here on the YouTube channel. It's very well done, and more of that will be expected to come.
Yeah, and okay, so far we've seen like about a minute and a half of Vandals action on offense. What's the problem? What's like not really working for them right now, would you say?
It looks like Keiser just kind of has their number. They're able to go ahead and execute the play. Like they're able to counterplay every single play Idaho's trying to make, whether it's walling off the Reinhardt, keeping him alone, having everyone dump in their resources and get the tank off the board. That's been a huge one for him. And then as well as not getting the picks that they need and getting picked off instead. Navigator still hasn't found the success that he wants when he's trying to break in. Swapping on over to the Bastion to try to melt through the team isn't working. And it's just kind of seeing where they want to go from here.
Yeah, and I would say one of the like most dangerous looking ones against Idaho is that Mei. That Mei wall is very effective, especially against Reinhardt. I feel like against a Reinhardt, it's pretty good because Reinhardt doesn't have like the easiest of times destroying it and has to look directly behind them. You have to rely on your supports or maybe one of your stray DPS to focus on that wall so you're not cut off. But that just distracts the DPS from doing damage to the team. So all in turn is not a good thing to be doing and to be focused on. So yeah, great pick from Keiser.
It is. I'm loving this momentum they're bringing here into map 2. We saw Idaho have a really dominant map 1, and now Keiser's here having a dominant map 2. We were talking earlier, this is going to be a close game. They both 3-0'd the same opponent, and we might even see a map 5 banger today.
Yeah, we could see a map 5 banger here. It's so funny how the different modes show off your team's individual strengths and whatnot. Because Idaho won at 200% to 0% on that control point map 1, and now is really struggling on this King's Row escort map. Or is it hybrid?
Hybrid.
Yeah. See, we need new names.
It's called hybrid because it's a hybrid of 2
Oh, because
CP
you
and
capture
escort.
point. You capture point and then go?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why. Oh, now I know. Okay. That actually makes sense. Okay, maybe you don't have to rename it. Maybe I was just being silly. Okay, but Idaho taking some upper ground, but Kiriko actually gets a crazy shot on Brawler. Brawler goes down. Magic Turtle going down, and this is going to be another failed push from Idaho.
Yeah, they're trying to fall back, get back to spawn, and try not to lose any more time being on, staring at that gray screen of doom.
Yeah, they did a good job at making sure not to be staggered, but they're going to only have time for maybe 1, maybe 2 more fights. But Navigator ult here, I think that's just going to be a complete whiff, not hitting anyone. But Brawler gets the initial pick. This could be the time for Idaho here. Couple ults in play.
The Blizzard was popped, and so was the Mizuki ult. Keep the team alive, as well as go ahead and bring in that extra CC. Numbers are back and forth. Magic Turtle finding 2, looking for the third.
Oh, that's where Reinhardt wants to be. Close quarters, doing crazy damage. Zarya goes down for Keiser. Idaho captures the point, and they are still in this.
Yeah, that was their very last push that they had to go for it. Maybe one more if they were lucky after, and they locked in. There was a ton of ults on the board. Idaho had to jump two of them, it looked like, and same for Keiser here.
Yeah, that was good from Idaho to force out a couple of ults from Keiser so that Keiser doesn't have too many ults to work with. Now they're kind of even on the ultimate ground. Keiser only having 1 more here.
Yeah, Kaiser's kind of split up right now as Awesome Sauce looks to payload Princess his way to the next objective.
I like that, payload Princess. I haven't heard that. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's the canon event for support players.
Yeah.
But ults are out once again. Rocks go ahead and drop a Kitsune Rush as Brawler is going to come back with the Embryo ult, looking for the charged up shot, unable to finish the job, keeping the aggression up though, looking for the 2v1, and he whips it at the last second.
Yeah, that was a huge opportunity there, but Awesome Sauce and Navigator actually finished off what Brawler started there.
They're trying to keep the distance rolling, but they are down in numbers right now. Almost down in the tank, and we can see 2 fire
slowly but surely, healing.
Navigator looking to keep the aggression up, almost able to poke down the Mei, forcing the Mei to either pop the wall or fall back and get healed up, allowing them to get more distance to try to secure the second objective.
I just feel like that alleyway is so hard to hold on defense. I always see the payload just go right past it. And speaking about getting right past, Idaho is just getting right past Keiser. Navigator getting 2. And that's another team fight win there.
That was a huge play for Idaho because Keiser went ahead and dropped Blizzard and Graviton Surge. 2 very huge and impactful ultimates that can make or break a team fight and secure all 5 eliminations at once. And they didn't get it. Idaho came back and got 3 eliminations off that play and forced them to burn 2 ults. They're keeping the momentum up as they force the swap to the Orisa.
Oh yes, Orisa is definitely a very good pick here. That Lucio ult to defend those 2 ults from Keiser was amazing. Here's the Reinhardt ult, and it is big, it is juicy.
What a shatter coming down. It's 1980 because it's hammer time once again as they clean the mess up, secure the point with 3 more seconds than Keiser did.
Wow, that is crazy. Both teams struggled to get that first capture point, but then after that, it was smooth sailing. It was no waves to be seen in the water here. Couple of highlights from that round. Here's that massive final ult from Magic Turtle, and that's what won them that push.
What an absolute insane start to map 2 right here.
Yeah, now we're going to overtime, and Keiser did capture this initial point a bit faster than Idaho, so that is something to be looking for, but both teams actually have a decent amount of time to work with. 140, 130, that's fairly good in overtime.
If you want me to, it absolutely is. They don't have to worry about the 30-second push. It's like, all right, this is your one shot, your one opportunity. Are you going to catch it or just let it slip?
Yeah, both teams will probably have 2 or 3 opportunities to get onto the site. We'll have to see which team holds better, which team has better pushing strats. And Keiser is running that Reaper again, who caused a lot of problems on the attacker side before.
I don't know if you all saw that right here, but it did look like Dark Lotus popped Lamp pre-game before the round started, and that is a 30-second cooldown.
Oh, no.
So,
don't know if that was a misclick or what.
You know, the amount of times I fat-fingered my ultimate in spawn,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, Keiser actually going inside the building just so they can't be poked too much. And Reaper gets a pick on the meat. One support down for Idaho. And I think both supports are down for Idaho. Keiser clearing up the battlefield. The dive was actually crazy there from Keiser. That D.Va putting a lot of pressure as that diving tank.
It was a lot of back and forth in that fight, but Keiser came out on the end. Like you were saying with the D.Va, I really, with the dive pushes especially, I like this swap on the D.Va right here to go ahead and match the Reaper's aggression. You guys can fly in together, do a ton of damage, and get out at the same time. Okay, we had to swap to Reinhardt for a second, but now we're going to go ahead and bust out the Zarya once again. Magic Turtle still locking in the Orisa as we look for where the offense takes us next.
Yeah, both teams were unable to hold this section of the map. So we'll see if Idaho goes about this differently than they did before. They do have Orisa this time.
What is
And, oh man, Orisa showing why they are being picked here.
We're already down to our final 10 seconds. No added time this time around since we are in OT. But coming in from the back with the Emre ult.
Yeah,
takes out the lamp.
Yeah. Only had 50 HP left in the name. Gets done. It is overtime. Idaho just needs one more team wipe, but that's going to be harder to do. Another pick from Keiser KO as that Reaper. Magic Turtle doing some damage as Tank just narrowly gets on out of there with the little twirly thing.
That was a lot of aggression going in on the tank. He was able to fall back and get healed up just in the nick of time until KO1 finished the job. We are officially in OT. Idaho is looking to find the stop here, but they might end up making it to our second objective. Meet 11-305 caught alone with his pants down.
Yeah,
and dink back to spawn.
That's really bad. That's a lot of time being staggered for Idaho when they want to just come back right away and initiate another team fight. They're just going to have to wait that much longer for Lucio to come back. Thankfully, Lucio's pretty fast.
Yeah, that's true. They were unable to contest, and Keiser makes it to the second point. 5 points on the board for him, and they have no intention of slowing down. Back-to-back-to-back picks with the Death Blossom finishing off Navigator. Need 11-305 left alone.
Yeah, everything's working out for Keiser, and nothing's working out for Idaho on this defensive side here. They're going to have one more opportunity. They do have Lucio ult. They have a lot of ults, so try and get on the point. Use some of these ults. That Orisa ult. Okay, Lucio uses the ult. A lot of healing being used. Orisa using their ult, doing some damage. Oh, man, so many people going down, but Idaho ends up winning it.
At the very last second, I think everybody but Navigator pressed Q that fight. I saw an Orisa ult, I saw a Zarya ult, I saw an Emre ult, I saw a Bastion ult, I saw a Kiriko ult, I saw a Baptiste ult, I saw a Lucio ult, and that might have been it. That was 8 ultimates in one fight.
Yeah, Keiser ended up winning a lot of those team fights previously by only investing 1, maybe 2 ultimates, and Idaho didn't really get any crazy ultimates before that final hold, and I think that's what ultimately kept Keiser kind of pushing that payload over and over again. But now Idaho has a chance to try and win this game. It's a very small chance here, but if they make a great push, they did hold Keiser to only 2 points on that overtime. So we'll have to see.
It absolutely is winnable here for Idaho, but offensive pushes like that in overtime are a once-in-a-lifetime, not a once-in-a-lifetime kind of play, but a very, very rare kind of play when you have that much momentum rolling that you're able just to keep the payload rolling from where it starts almost to the end, all in overtime.
Yeah, and Keiser captured this point almost immediately. Let's see how fast it takes Idaho, because Idaho really struggled on this initial capture point, but succeeded afterwards. This is definitely going to be the hardest part of their push.
Yeah, they're not able to really combat all the projectiles and spam and everything coming their way right here. They're trying to creep around to the backside and look for this quick pick onto a support. Navigator is able to take out the
man, Magic Turtle getting really deep in there.
Meet 11305 is
somehow still alive.
And so is Awesome Sauce. Magic Turtle got sent back to spawn 2. 60 seconds on the board for Idaho if they want to keep map 2 alive.
Yeah, I think they just got a bit too aggressive and focused on the backlines right there. They kind of pushed past the point, and they were going to checkpoint number 2. You got to get number 1 first.
That is true. It looks like they are grouped up, ready for their next push. And Keiser locking in the same defensive hold down that they had.
Yeah, Idaho switches off of Reinhardt, realizing that's not really the character that's good against this comp there. Kaiser's doing a good job at keeping range, so the Zarya switch off is really good from Idaho, but they only have 20 seconds left on the top ropes. Reaper trying to get some damage done, isn't able to, and Idaho is just being picked off once again here, and they're kind of being singled out and separated, it seems like. Not really a full 5-man.
That's the strategy you need to win sometimes. You see the Baby Diva coming out, no mech repop just yet, and that's 2 more Vandals down. No DPS players on the board right now. Meet 11305 trying to touch, so is Magic Turtle as they get taken away.
And that's going to do it for map number 2. We have a series on our hands. It is 1-1 here.
Yeah, what an incredible game 2 we just saw coming out here. These players were evenly matched for a lot of it, and then Keiser just had textbook perfect defense.
Yeah, this was the crazy Emery play we saw Brawler earlier, not from his perspective, so it's super cool to see it here. Does he get this at 4 point? Yeah, oh man, finds the right angle at the end, getting a lot of damage, but yeah, Idaho really could not. I was saying before this stream that defense was really their struggle, and it kind of was on the overtime, but they didn't really get much offense power really going. It seems like they didn't have a clear idea of which comp to go for against the composition that Keiser was running here.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Maybe it's time to retire the King's Row if you're Idaho. Maybe not. I don't think that'll ever happen, though. They know that map like the back of their hands, but looks like Keiser did too.
Yes, they did. I really liked the picks from Keiser. The Reaper / Diva I thought was super effective for overtime right there, just putting a lot of pressure and did very good on dive. Idaho tried to do some dive, but it really wasn't working with Reinhardt. Kind of have to overcommit a little bit to try and confirm some kills, and then kind of just separated the whole team. Idaho on attacker side, there was one person up top. There was the tank in the back lines. There was some supports here. They were all over the place. So maybe playing a bit more close together, like they did on map number 1 on that on the control point. But yeah, it did go to overtime, so it was a very close map. And we'll have to see how map 3 goes for them.
Yeah, I think we have quite the series on our hands today to witness. Kind of like with what you were saying, Overwatch is very, very much a team-based game. You cannot make those 1v5 plays by yourself, and you want to try to stick with your team when you can. Sometimes you can do the 3-2 split and help you get map control and get spacing taken care of. But when you get singled out like that and you're in that 5v1 situation, unless you're like an anime main character, that's just not a win you can get.
Yeah, and I shouted him out the first map, but this map, I'm going to call him out. Navigator did get picked off 3 times in a row on that defensive hold the first time around. That Reaper was just causing him a lot of problems. So I'm glad he switched off that character. But as that DPS role, you need to play for your life. You cannot be the first one to get picked off multiple times in a row. So just try and be a bit more aware of where that Reaper is and where he's lurking. Maybe some of his teammates can try and ping where the Reaper is. But yeah, you do have to pay attention to who is diving your back lines.
Absolutely. And I'm wondering if it was something with like him not having the Sojourn that he had in map 1. He was kind of forced onto the Bastion and a little bit of Ashe here and there. So maybe now as we go in, Sojourn will be unbanned for the rest of the series. We'll see if that helps him out at all. But KO1 was just doing an incredible job of singling him out, getting up close, and doing the Reaper things. You've got those 2 shotguns for a reason. You take advantage of them, and he definitely did.
Yeah, and Brawler, we're used to seeing him as a tank, and this is kind of my first reaction to seeing him as that DPS, and I'm loving it. He's actually kind of cooking, especially as that Emery. We saw the play of the game. That was really nice, getting some picks, but also getting taken down a couple of times there. But I think that was mostly because Idaho was just pretty scattered on attacker side, so a couple of them did go down.
Yeah, unfortunately, that just happens no matter what. Whenever you're playing the game, Idaho did that to them round 1. Keiser came back and locked it in on round 2.
Yeah, and for these upcoming bans and picks, what hero do you think Idaho should be banning next?
Oh, that's a good question. I was trying to think about that during the game. I feel like we're going to see an Emre ban no matter what. Both teams were popping off on Emre a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
That it might be time to cool his jets. I also think maybe a Zarya ban would be in order too.
Yeah,
we saw a lot of great Zarya that game for both players. It was interesting seeing a lot of the mirror matches and a little bit of the tank rock paper scissors game that was being played there. Oh, you're on Zarya. Okay, I'm gonna swap to Orisa. Oh, you're on Orisa. Or no, you're on Zarya. Or you're on Orisa. I'll swap to Zarya. Okay, now you're doing that. I'll go over to Reinhardt and seeing what's back and forth, especially with the Diva 2 coming in, which was obviously a huge thing to Diva is countered by Zarya pretty hard. You can't really eat the beam with that defense matrix.
Yeah. There was a lot of tank switch-ups throughout the match. You usually don't see that many, but I do like how both teams are adapting their team comp and trying to change up new things. It seems like after almost every time a team fight was won, the team that lost that team fight switched up their comp.
Yeah, it really did. That's one of the things I like about games like this and games like Rivals is that once you're with your character, you're not always locked into it. You can find ways to counteract it. And Overwatch is in the most balanced state it's probably ever been in the last couple of years, at least since compared to Overwatch 1. It's very, very balanced. And like we saw Symmetra being played on map 1. That would have never happened in in Overwatch 1. Well, shoot, we're back to Overwatch 1 basically. Now that I think about it. But it looks like we are going to be rolling into map 3 here shortly with Zarya and Symmetra being banned. We do not want these beam characters coming into play today.
No beams allowed. Only bullets. Only bullets and fists. And what else is there?
Swords sometimes.
Yes.
Hammers.
Yeah. A hammer.
Lasers.
Yeah. Which one would you want as your primary? Like a beam, a hammer,
probably
a fist.
Yeah.
You want
a fist or a hammer?
Fist or a hammer?
Yeah,
just
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Melee it up.
Dude, that's my favorite part about Rivals is all the melee characters in the game.
I mean, yeah, they are super fun to play.
They are.
I mean, my second main is Thing, and oh man, he's like just a boxer in this game.
Yeah, it's so sick.
I'm just punching people in the face, and it's working, and it's awesome, and so fun. It's clobbering time.
Oh.
But yeah, talk a little bit more about these bans. I know you were talking about Zarya being banned. That kind of makes sense for Idaho. And do you think that Symmetra was based off of map number 1? Or it might be off the map that they're about to go on?
That's a good point. We'll have to see what map we're on. If it's a map where you can get a lot of turrets set up, then absolutely. Like when you got those narrow choke points where you can only run through one way, and the first thing that happens when you run through there is you get beamed down. You don't want to go
this
against
map.
Symmetra. But we are going to New Queen Street, a favorite push map for most.
Oh, it's all snowy too. I love that.
Just like outside for us.
I know. Finally, we get snow.
It's like too little, too late at this point.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's more of a nuisance. Than I'm like, oh, now I have to clear off my truck. What?
Yeah. It's like, this would have been cool like a month and a half ago, but now it's just like, man, I thought I was going to go the whole winter without snow.
Yeah, I'm ready for spring now. Like, come
Yeah.
on, give me some good weather. It's almost all melted away.
I know.
Oh, Magic Turtle did swap computers. Not in that far corner away from his team. Now is with the team, so maybe that makes a little bit of a difference for Idaho. Maybe their comms are just that much better.
It must be, and we are seeing Symmetra's former boss get busted out by Magic Turtle here. The Vishkar leader Damna is here making their debut here on a Vandal Overwatch stream. I like how we're seeing Emre, Jetpack Cat, Damna, Mizuki, still no Onron, all before we've seen Vendetta be played.
Yeah, that is pretty funny here. And we also see Brawler on Genji, his main.
Yes, this will be exciting to see what he can cook up with that. But both teams are looking to go ahead and take the fight on the high ground and not fight around the robot just yet. Awesome Sauce with the first pick of the map on the KO1. Failed boot for Magic Turtle going out right here as Idaho keeps the aggression up, trying to push Keiser back even further while they rotate over towards the robot and get him running the way they want him to go.
Yeah, in Meat, getting that pick on Diva is going to allow Idaho to be able to push this robot first here. And the tank going down first is not what you like to see, because if the tank goes down, you basically have to back up, because you cannot soak that much damage.
No, you lost your bullet sponge. And we do see the swap on over to the man, the myth, the Winton.
Winton Overwatch!
There goes. Magic Turtle looking for the duel here.
Oh, might get picked off here. Has a little HP to his name. They do enough damage. Me also going down, and the robot is starting to go the opposite direction. Awesome Sauce kind of going down, and yeah, kind of getting staggered a little bit. Oh my gosh.
What a nade.
What the heck? That was an insane nade. That was a cross-map nade. Wow.
Idaho get a nice 40-meter push on their first take. Not able to get the spawn point advantage locked in. Oh, yeah. Not alone. Meat trying to drop the beat to keep him alive and just failed in the nick of time.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a mistake. Just dropping down there with none of your teammates present. Yeah, as that tank roll, you do have to be a bit aware of where your teammates are and if they're in your side or not.
Yeah, absolutely, and they lost the tank right here. Looking for the next push. Idaho sticking on the high ground, waiting for the robot to turn that corner. Magic Turtle does have his ult ready to go now, though. But there's 4 ults, almost 5 ready for Keiser.
All right, the trade. Awesome Sauce goes down. Magic Turtle going down. A lot of ultimates popped here, doing some damage. And it goes in the favor of Keiser, and they are continuing this push, almost 60 meters now.
Yeah, they only had to burn 2 ults for that fight too. Nice combo with the Wu Gang ult, popping it in, letting him get all the CC down, just for Yale to fly up high and ready to beam everybody away.
And I really like the space being taken by Winton here, holding this high ground and making sure Idaho can't go in that building at all to try and set up a flank. Yeah, and kind of forced out. Winton doing a very good job holding his own ground here. And this robot is continuing to be pushed. Winton actually gets one on Meat. Brawler and Magic Turtle getting ones of their own. Navigator finding one. Do have to use a couple ultimates in order to succeed. Uh-oh, that's a gorilla versus a man. That is not a fair fight. Usually it's 100 men versus 1 gorilla.
Bringing it back.
Little blast from the past.
Idaho was able to go ahead, get the advantage off that fight, and get the robot running their way. Go ahead and taking away the spawn point advantage for Keiser here, as the robot is just about to find his thing to push.
Yeah, and so much of these buildings offer great angles for DPS players to work around and just be a little bit of a nuisance here. And we are seeing that. A lot of high ground is being taken from these teams. Magic Turtle is very low. A couple other Idaho is low, but great job from the supports to heal them up. Navigator with a nice pick, and Brawler on Reaper getting another pick. Idaho is going to be able to try and force this. Winston did use his ult, not finding much value since his team went down.
Hey, if you can go ahead and burn some of your opponent's resources, that's a win, guys, even too. While you get him. Oh, Brawler go ahead and denying everyone else from running in. Winston able to leap out just in nick of time. We are finding one more on to Navigator. Magic Turtle has the down 4 ready to pop. Everyone's lined up, and it's time to rain. And they brought their umbrellas today. Nobody caught.
Oh boy, okay, gets one with the ultimate, gets another, gets a third, and almost a team kill. I think one of Idaho went, oh, they went down earlier. Okay, but yeah, massive ult right there from Edric.
It was a solid push for Idaho. They're only 8 meters behind where Keiser left off, but the robot is in Kaiser's possession once again as they look to run it back and get it to look to finish the job here at the end. Look at this incredible play from Yale here. 3-peat off the Emerald.
Yeah, and did a good job just cleaning up the rest of Idaho there. Making sure to confirm the kills and win the team fight. And Idaho contesting this point before it pushes up too much into their zone. Magic Turtle here to try and help some of his teammates, but came a little late. Brawler went down right before Magic Turtle going down because he pushed up with Brawler to try and help him, and that's going to be the team fight that time around.
And it looks like Keiser was able to secure the spawn point advantage off that push, winning the team fight against Idaho. Magic Turtle sticking on the hazard here, trying to match the diving aggression that the Winston has.
Yeah, this Winston is actually kind of popping off in terms of impact and space taking here. Winston, what a good pick for push. Cassidy getting one, getting two, but then goes down. Idaho, a lot of them going down. Winston popping his ult to confirm a couple kills. And Navigator goes down right there. And this robot is getting dangerously close to the final checkpoint.
Yeah, they're looking to go ahead. Idaho's got it right here. It's
someone has got to touch very soon for Idaho. They do get the touch off. Can they find the kills? It looks like they can't because Keiser is finding all of them. Navigator ends up getting a fist kill. Gets a melee kill to end it off. But Keiser with an incredible second push. And wow, reaches all the way to Idaho's spawn. Something you don't really see a whole lot on push.
No, not all the time. Sometimes the barriers just get very evenly spaced out. And Idaho did have some pretty solid pushes there. They got about 85 meters on the board, just shy of making it to the end. But Keiser had what they needed to get the job done. And at that final play there, we saw Idaho try to contest, try to keep the spirit alive there. But bodies were just dropping back and forth, and it was finished.
Yeah, and that's going to make it 2-1 on the series. Keiser is ahead now, so Idaho, if they want any chance in winning this, has to not only win the next map, but has to try and force a map number 5 and maybe win that. Keiser just looking to close it out here. Close it out now before things get too complicated.
Yeah, it's now or nothing for the Vandals. We are on game point. Games make or break. What an incredible set we've seen so far, though. That working angle, popping in, securing the elimination on its own.
Yeah, Edric did a very good job DPSing that round. And Winston, I mentioned it before, did a I thought that was a great tank pick right there, especially for push. Winston's always very good, has that shield, and can play close quarters around that robot. But here we see our team contemplating what to do here. They won that first map, but have kind of struggled against Keiser in these last two, trying to get some of that momentum back, maybe cooking up a nice team comp here.
Yeah, I mean, it's now or never. Go ahead and take the time while they have it, discuss some strategy, and look for what's next. Either way, they're giving it their all.
Yeah, and what new agent has been, or new hero has been your favorite watching today so far?
Oh, Emre for sure.
Yeah.
Emre for sure. Both of the teams have just been doing so many fun plays with them, getting the absolute craziest ultimates, and also the craziest tracking I've seen with them. I mean, these guys are obviously a lot better than I am.
Yeah.
But their aim has just been so on point, getting the headshots when it matters the most. And I think Emre is going to hold a nice spot in Overwatch rosters.
And honestly, not one of the most effective new heroes, but also probably the most effective DPS in general out of all the heroes this match. Just getting so much value, even over the older heroes.
Yeah, literally. It's crazy with how new he is, just how well the players have been picked up. I know Emre has been doing a lot, or the pro teams, there's like a boot camp going on over in Korea to ready for the next season.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a lot of new techs that have been discovered on Emre, and I know that the players have been studying that to try to learn what they can bring to their own game.
Yeah, in Overwatch is kind of spoiling its fans here because they release these 5 heroes and there's still 5 more to come throughout the year. Like that, 10 new heroes in 1 year is insane.
Yeah, it's the most they've ever done. I remember the big drought after Echo dropped where there was just no new heroes for like 3 years straight until Overwatch 2 came out. And now that we're getting 10 in 1 year, it just makes my heart so happy to see this game trying to still thrive.
Yeah, it's very funny that this update is bigger than the update from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2.
Yeah, literally, because there was only 3 new characters when Overwatch 2 dropped.
And they released 5 here. It feels like a whole new game. I'm watching this. I'm not crazy familiar with these new heroes. I'm kind of learning as I go with them, but they're definitely making an impact here, and it's awesome to see them in this first week of competitive play that they are able to be used.
It is. It's a lot of fun. The only new one we haven't seen yet is Onron. We've seen a little bit of Mizuki, a little bit of Jetpack Cat there in map number 1.
Onron is like the super swag looking guy with the hat, right?
No, that's Mizuki.
That's Mizuki. Okay, that guy looks cool.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Onron is Wu Yang's sister, and she uses fire instead of water.
Oh, that's the fire fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one with the Phoenix ult.
Yeah,
from
the
Rivals.
Phoenix ult from Rivals, from the hit game Rivals, yeah.
And Domina's got the Ultron primary fire.
Yeah, it's kind of funny with Onra and saying that kind of like Phoenix because Rivals just released a new hero as well in Elsa Bloodstone, and people are kind of comparing her to Ashe.
Oh, really?
So it's kind of funny that they're kind of trading blows. Elsa Bloodstone, kind of like Ashe, adds a bit more like combo with the guns, more, but the ultimate sends out this like monster thing. So kind of like Bob in a way. The monster just runs forward, grabs someone, and brings them back. It's overpowered. It's the most broken thing. They had to emergency nerf it.
Oh, really?
But, yeah.
I haven't played Rivals in like a month. I gotta hop on and check that out. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, it's fun, but she's pretty broken. So I'd definitely be careful here.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, but we are just waiting for them to get into this map number 4. Do you have any idea what this game mode might be? It might be Flashpoint, right?
I think it'll most likely be Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Sometimes Flashpoint's map 5. Yeah, it does sound like we are having some technical difficulties in the lab, so bear with us, but we'll be right here. If you got time, go ahead, take a break, run to the restroom, grab some water, and hop on right back, and we'll be in map 4 as soon as we get that situated.
Yeah, and if you have time as well, while you're at it, you can hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, talk and chat, communicate with us. We love talking to you guys. It's super awesome seeing the chat roll. So, making it known that we're being watched. You know? It's that sense of affirmation.
It is. It's absolutely free, and your support goes such a long way. We're trying to build this program up a lot on our own, and having you all tune in to come check out what our players are doing here in the school is just, it means the world to us.
Yeah, and we also have, or at least we tried to get a lot of new games this semester. Like we tried for games like Madden, a lot of the sport games, but we weren't able to get many people for those respective teams. So if you guys are interested in like a certain game and you feel like pretty comfortable in, we have a lot of games to offer here at the lab. So just be looking for those tryouts. It's always at the start of every semester, and it will give you a chance to try and play and win these games at a competitive level.
Absolutely.
Super fun.
Absolutely. Even if you don't see your favorite game in here, shoot us a message somewhere, and we can see what we can do about adding it and finding a league for you to compete in. We didn't have a GeoGuessr for the last 3 years, and now we have a GeoGuessr player
Yeah.
here in the lab. So
pretty good GeoGuessr player
very
as well. We had a weekly GeoGuessr tournament last semester, a couple months back. Super fun. It was an open tournament, so anyone could show up, and we just had 2 players that literally knew the whole world just on the back of their hand. It was insane. It was like a 20-minute match between them in the geography battle. I was just guessing countries.
Yeah,
I was observing, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I'm just going to guess Switzerland here.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Me and Nav got to do some streaming for that one, and we got to talk over, try to shoot our guesses out there too. We had a couple times where we were right, but I don't understand how those dudes were able to do what they were doing. But it's a lot of fun, and it's super cool that they're able to compete in one of their favorite games here too.
Yeah, and speaking of tournaments and events, there is quite a big one coming up. Vandal Gaming Convention here. You probably have seen it over Instagram, over Facebook, over the social medias, but it is going to be a massive event, kind of like Beak Bonk, if you are familiar with that from previous years, but just under a new title. We're going to have a bunch of Smash Bros. We're going to have some high school Rocket League matches. We're going to have some show matches at the end between our high school winning team against our own Vandals teams. So that is coming up not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So if you are available that day, I would highly recommend showing up. It's going to be a super fun time. And there's more than just video games. There's board games. There's a lot of things.
Yeah, there's also going to be like vendor booths if you want to check out some really cool gaming related shopping to do. There's going to be a cosplay competition.
Oh yeah, that's that's one of the things I'm looking forward most. That's going to be sick, seeing all the costumes.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. If you're free next Saturday, February 28th, here in Moscow, come swing by and check it out. You can come check out the lab, check out everything we have going on over here, and it's going to be a total blast.
Do you think I have what it takes to do a Reinhard cosplay?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
I think you would absolutely kill it.
Yeah. Yep. So if you want to see me as Reinhard, I may or may not be in the cosplay for it. Or I could do Hulk. Yeah.
Oh, that would fit.
Yeah, that would really fit the frame. What others are there? Superman, I guess. Like, yeah, pretty lame, I guess.
Yeah, he's okay.
But yeah, man, it does suck, all these technical difficulties. It's kind of been a little bit of a hindrance so far in this series, and that was one of the things Brawler mentioned was, I hope there's no technical difficulties. It seems like this is some of the most technical difficulties. So that's pretty ironic right there. But yeah.
It happens. It's the nature of dealing with technology sometimes, but we should be getting it fixed up shortly. And it's kind of, I know, it gives both teams times to figure out what they want to do jumping into map 4, see what's working it up, what's working, what's not working, what heroes they want to roll into. But it does sound like our map 4 pick is going to be Gibraltar. So Flashpoint.
It's such a fun name to say.
It is.
Gibraltar. I would live there.
I would too.
Yeah.
Because that's Winston's home base. Oh, and they banned Winston at his own home.
Oh, how dare they?
Ugh.
You cannot ban a monkey in his own home.
Do you know how many years that man has fought to bring Overwatch back? And he does here in 2026. He makes Overwatch the most relevant it's been in years, just to let him go.
Unbelievable. I mean, the Winston was getting so much value against Idaho that last map. Keiser was able to get that push robot in just like 2 pretty big pushes, thanks to that Winston roll. So good ban from Idaho. We didn't hear what the other ban was, but could be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Ash was our other ban, which also makes sense. Another hit scan another hit scan character that can, with a lot of range to work with on Gibraltar. There's a lot of open spaces, a lot of places for high ground. So go ahead and get rid of one of the stronger characters. One of the things I'm really curious to see with this map is with Season 1 coming out, there was a lot of lore changes in Overwatch, and they reflected it in the game too. So it was like Talon attacked Gibraltar after Talon got back together, or I should say after Vendetta took over Talon. And now Gibraltar is a completely different map than it's ever been. There's a lot of changes, a lot of destruction. Areas that you could get to before aren't there anymore.
I didn't know they changed this map up.
So
okay.
It's going to be kind of fun. I think that's something they're planning on doing throughout this whole year. Instead of getting the PvE game mode, we're going to get lore updates through PvP, I guess.
Money, they say.
Brawler on the Freya, though. I know Freya was a really, really strong pick when she was first coming out. We didn't see her too much last season, so it'll be kind of fun to see what Brawler wants to do with her today. Magic Turtle's going to go ahead and lock in D.Va himself against Bill. The D.Va 1v1. I have my discrepancies with D.Va personally as a character. Not been a fan of playing against her for the last 10 years. And if you guys are OGs like I am and you remember when they added the micro missile update to D.Va, when she didn't have that before, and then they added to her and they made her even stronger, it literally made my little brother stop playing the game.
Oh, man. Yeah, D.Va is just a big old bully. That's how I imagine D.Va.
In my opinion, the easiest character in the game. Oh, and the quick fight here on the high ground. Magic Turtle locking in the rockets to get rocks off the board.
Yeah, speaking of D.Va, Magic Turtle doing some real damage with the help of his backlines as well. But being that front-facing, damage-absorbing tank.
I like what Bill just had to do here. Lost the mech, but you're right next to spawn, so let me just go in, swap to Hog, swap right back to D.Va, and I don't need to wait for my ult to recharge. Think smarter, not harder, everybody.
Yeah, and point is being moved a little, but that just comes with the map. It's so hard to hold the initial point there, but Idaho is kind of taking a lot of space. Oh, Magic Turtle doing a whole loop-de-loop around the staircase and everything, somehow making it out alive. Navigator does get a nice pick.
It looks like they were aware that leaving Navigator alone on the high ground left him so vulnerable to getting ganked by Reaper. So now he's got some support up there. Awesome Sauce and Magic Turtle on high mobility champs. They can get up there, heal him up, and pocket him in that 1v1. And it worked out well. And Magic Turtle with a 2-piece as Bill claps back and gets Awesome Sauce. Yeah. Oh, and what a last-second pick! The projectile perfectly timed as the Wraith form went away. Brawler snagged the 1 HP target.
Yeah, that was definitely a nice shot right there. And poor Awesome Sauce, he's trying to keep his tank alive and just gets jumped by the bully D.Va from behind. Is the only Idaho person to go down in that fight. But so far, a decent hold from Idaho, maintaining their space and current position here. Keiser trying to do some off angles, but Magic Turtle goes really far ahead to use the ultimate. Doesn't find anything.
Yeah, had to burn it to keep themselves alive right there. This offense has been very back and forth here on
oh, wow, the point went completely under. Idaho has just been poking them, but the point has just been moving this entire time, and they are closing into this first checkpoint.
Looks like Brawler did explode himself right there off the alt fire and got sent back to spawn. But Idaho was able to lock it in on the defense and stop them when they were 3 meters away from
tapping. This D.Va is kind of out of position here.
Oh, that was so crazy! Not letting Magic Turtle run out of the room, body blocking him, so he gets zapped away from the ultimate.
That was really funny right there. Awesome Sauce made the support, finding some kills in the feed, and Idaho has yet to be team wiped here. But man, Keiser is almost to that first checkpoint, so Idaho definitely has to be kind of careful for the sneaky push to get that final space.
Oh, and the back half is happening and nobody noticed! What a great sneak around! Not able to contest it in time. Navigator is going to get the pick in the end, but there was 60 seconds on the board. They lost sight of the objective, and that costed them the point. What an excellent play from Keiser here.
Magic Turtle getting back in action, getting one, but massive Death Blossom from Reaper, taking down 3 of Idaho, and that is what Keiser needed to finally get this first checkpoint.
This is what Overwatch is all about. Oh, and what a pick from me!
Wow.
Looking for the second, caught in the 1v1 with the Reaper, and he
cannot
falls.
get out of there. That is a bad spot to be with a Reaper.
Idaho looking to reclaim the high ground once again. It was working for them a bit here on the first point. Oh, Magic Turtle going in deep to try to find the Reaper here, and it doesn't work out. Changes his positioning onto Kiriko, and no picks were taken there. Forced to fly back up. Navigator finding the skill shot as Yale and Bill get 2 more, keeping the numbers in Keiser's favor. Payloads roll in. Lucio not grooving, not here right now.
Yeah, both supports are down for Idaho, so they're just playing it safe, playing some angles, some poke damage here, and they haven't quite yet captured the, they have got it.
Idaho cleaning up the mess right after the point was captured. Have to lock it on right here in the end. Magic Turtle flying in deep, doing those diva things.
Doing a lot of diva things, but yeah, just gets on out of there, backs up to the rest of the team here, and Idaho has struggled once they've lost momentum on defense, is what we've been seeing in this series. They have a very good initial first hold, but once they lose that momentum, it kind of goes out of their hands.
Ooh, what a combo. Awesome Sauce going ahead and dropping the ultimate, letting Brawler get the pick on the KO1. Now he's out of position and cannot take advantage of that boost to start looking for more shots.
Wow, I love that spot from Awesome Sauce on the high ground. That's a great angle as Baptiste, making sure you can see the tank as well here. But this point is continuing to be pushed. Magic Turtle gets very close. They're trying to stop him from going back. Awesome Sauce and the rest of Idaho does take down a lot of them. Navigator getting one.
Idaho just used a lot of ultimates right here. We saw the Bolio shot come out from Brawler. Navigator popped the railgun, and Meat did use Kitsune Rush. That was a lot of resources that they just lost right there. They have 2 ultimates to go against right now with the Domino ult and an opposing Kitsune.
Yeah, this is going to be a very tough team fight for Idaho. They have 0 support ults to their name. They only have the Diva ults, which could maybe try and find a kill or 2. It would have to be really good, though. But Awesome Sauce takes down Reaper again. Reaper KO number 1, not finding quite the same value as he did previously.
Oh, he's stuck in the barrier. Can he destroy it in time? And he does. The Domino ult was denied by Magic Turtle. And it looks like having a support hang out with Navigator on the high ground has been a successful play for Idaho so far.
Yeah, Domina's trapped in this spot. Can't really get too much heals. Is somehow still alive, and kicking does go down eventually. And that's going to take some time for Keiser to wait for their tank to come back alive.
It is. There's 60 seconds left on the board for Keiser to go ahead and push the payload to the very end. They've had a very strong offensive push so far. Idaho has figured out what they needed to do to lock it in here on point 3. Almost got Kiriko out right off the bat. Forced her to
Reaper
use the Kitsune.
Reaper's looking for a juicy Death Blossom once again here. Uses it, only finds 1. Magic Turtle trying to support his teammates, throwing in the mech, trying to do some explosion damage.
That Reaper play had potential to be absolutely incredible. It was comboed with the Wu Yangle, and we did see the knockdown come in.
Okay,
as he
Navigator.
found one, and Magic Turtle was there to eat up the rest of the damage. And Nav with 2 off of the Sojourn rail. Brawler and Meat following it up for 2 more. And that was a team wipe for Idaho, getting them back in the spawn room. 10 seconds on the clock. Will Keiser make it inside the touch?
Yeah, they're taking very aggressive space just to make sure they don't even get close to the point, not even a chance to try and touch. They go for a wheel for the touch here. Does get it. Overtime timer is active here, but Idaho is killing everyone on Keiser, getting the team kill, and they are good at making sure that team doesn't get to 3 and stays at 2.
Locked it down when it mattered most. Awesome Sauce popping the spray here at the end with 3 eliminations on the Baptiste to lock in the round. As we swap sides here, Idaho looking to see if they can recreate what they just did on defense, but on offense, and push it all the way there.
Yeah, and this is not going to go to overtime, really, unless if they like exactly tie. That would be insane. But Idaho has the opportunity to try and push this point all the way to 3 to just skip overtime and win the map. But they have to have a very solid push. And Navigator, he was on Sojourn once again and continue to cook. I just think Navigator's Sojourn is nasty.
It really is. That's his champ right now, and that's what he's finding the most success with. And when he's playing him and it's not banned, he's gonna keep doing what he's doing. It's now or nothing right here. If Idaho pushes just as far as Keiser did, we'll go to game 5. If they get held down on defense, Keiser takes the set.
And I see Moira being picked for Keiser. Moira used to be the support I play. I played Orisa and Moira.
Oh!
I also played Winton. I played Winton a lot.
Winton's acceptable.
Yeah. But yeah, I was nutty at Moira, but it's hard to not be nutty at Moira. Moira's just, that might be the easiest character in the game.
Dude, I'm avoiding you.
Yeah, I was a bit of a demon back in my day, you know. Surprised I'm not on this team. It's whatever.
Brand new rosters pretty much for both teams, trying to recreate something new here on the offense. Everyone swapped up to new characters. Navigator actually getting one swap right back on the Sojourn right away. Oh, it's a double Helix rocket from Yale! As KO1 finds one more onto Magic Turtle. He did take himself out with that, but a 2-for-1 trade is something you gotta smile with.
Yeah, when in doubt, just use Soldier, the most basic tutorial character in the game.
Yeah.
But he does do his job good.
He's the textbook FPS character. Call of Duty transfer students, when they first came to Overwatch, locked in Soldier. And now if you played Halo growing up, you'll have a lot of fun on Emre.
That is actually a good shout, yeah. All right. Oh, man, we see a Echo here. Could get lasered from that Soldier. It does have to be fairly careful. But Brawler picking off 2 as Echo.
Idaho tried to do something new on the offense, bust out a lot of brand new characters, and it just didn't work like they were expecting, so everyone's going to swap back to what they're comfortable with. Keiser here also bringing out some new stuff. The Soldier and the Moira and the Baptiste of their own. Oh, and what tracking!
Wow, that was some good tracking right there from Domina. Getting Brawler. And yeah, Idaho just backing up a little bit, waiting for the rest of their team to respawn. Doing a decent job pushing this payload further down in this down section. Has to try to get this checkpoint relatively soon.
And it looks like they want to go ahead and fight them on the high ground and take advantage of all the different spaces and crawl holes that you can hide in up here.
Yeah, Idaho does a very good job at taking control over high ground and then maintaining it. Once they have it, they're very good at maintaining it and only really lose it if they go down.
We're looking for it. We do see another push coming out. Magic Turtle running to the high ground to try to find an elimination of his own up there.
Ults are coming in for both sides. And speaking of ult, we see Echo pop theirs.
The Kamehameha is on the field. Looking to go ahead and try to support, do a little bit of damage on the side as Brawler's ult gets denied by Dominic. Brawler is going to go ahead and get the trade, though. You take my ult, I take your life. Navigator finding one of his own. Meat dropping the Kasune Rush, trying to give the team the speed and momentum. Magic Turtles here now. Idaho has the numbers. Navigator finding one more, but it gets traded off by Yale. Magic Turtle to the high ground and gets it, avenging his fallen teammate. And Idaho secures their first point. 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock.
A little bit faster than Keiser as well. So they're making good time right now. It's all about playing with speed, as Brawler said before the match, playing aggressive as well, making sure to confirm some kills in the back lines.
And what we're seeing here on this map is that Escort is a marathon and not a sprint. Sometimes you got to take advantage of the spacing that you can need to secure the point and dive down and get onto the objective while avoiding the enemy team.
I don't really know what Keiser's Moira was doing on point there, but kind of was out of position and does get picked off because of it. KO1 taking out Brawler as Sojourn here. Magic Turtle mech goes down, and he goes down as well.
Tried to get the two-piece there off the ult, but lost his life instead. Idaho did get some solid distance here in the first minute of our push.
Yeah, just every team is waiting for a couple of their players to come back here. Only one ultimate for both sides, but one support ult for Idaho, so they could try and play a bit more aggressive and take advantage that Keiser doesn't have a support ult.
Oh, Brawler got a little bit too aggressive right there and got taken out, but Magic Turtle's going to find the trade onto Rocks. All right, Domino ult popped, Sojourn ult popped. The fight is starting to heat up, and Dark Lotus will finish the job on Magic Turtle.
Yeah, and Keiser finally kind of stops Idaho's push right here. We haven't seen many stops in the payload between checkpoints.
No, not a lot. It's either all or nothing.
But that is a very good spot to stop the payload, because Idaho has to walk all the way back, and it's far from their spawn. So they can't just come back right away. They have to fully invest. All 5 have to go deep in order to try and contest this. Wow. Great block right there.
Denying the Baptiste any space as Brawler looks. Oh, I'm so used to seeing Brawler on the hazard. Magic Turtle looks to keep the aggression going. And he does find the pick on the Yale. Bill's going to find two of his own. And Idaho has kind of hit a wall right here as Keiser is picking them off one by one.
2 of them are alive up here and kicking. 1 support, 1 DPS. What more do you need? Apparently a lot more, because they go down. Theoretically, you would think that would work, a DPS, and you just heal them. Like, non-stop, you know? Like,
yeah,
surely.
But if you take out the support first,
yeah.
then what are you supposed to do?
Then you're screwed.
Yeah.
Idaho, speaking about being screwed, they have 20 seconds in order to get on the point and push it to this next checkpoint. Otherwise, Keiser wins the entire series.
Brawler's taking a big risk right now, busting out the Vendetta. I just said back on New Queen Street, Vendetta has never been played based on an Idaho stream in ECAC.
We've got the Kasune guiding you. Navigator finding one with their ultimate, getting another!
Playing a risky game, fighting in front of the Baptiste ult like that. It's now or nothing. We're in overtime.
Magic Turtle going down. Both supports for Idaho are down. Overtime is going to get ran out, and Keiser ends up taking the series 3-1 after Idaho won a very dominant map 1, and then kind of just lost their sauce.
But you know what sauce they didn't lose? This awesome one right here with the 3-piece on the Baptiste. There's one. Looking for the second.
Love a Baptiste play of the game. That's the Valorant aim from Awesome Sauce being shown. And Idaho did get a lot of the play of the games, but they didn't win the game. And that's the thing that matters most.
Yeah, all 4 of those maps were incredibly exciting. It was back and forth all over the place, I guess, except for map 1. Map 1 was pretty dominant for Idaho. But besides that, it was an incredible set. GG's, Keiser. Congratulations on picking up your second win of the series. And thank you for the games.
Yeah, that was the first Overwatch match on stream for you guys. Week number 3 of ECAC is officially over for Overwatch here, and we will be back casting Overwatch not next Thursday, but the following one after that, probably, unless is that spring break? It could be spring break, but it's every other week on Thursdays. It goes Rocket League, Overwatch. It alternates like that in case you were confused. But what an awesome match today. What is one thing you think the Vandals should take away from this week?
That they're working really well as a team so far. They're still figuring out. They had like every single map that they lost it pretty closely. I guess except for New Queen Street. That one was a little bit of a blowout in favor of Keiser. But they just got to remember they're still a fresh roster. They're still getting used to competing with each other. And they had a lot of incredible plays and a lot of incredible coordination, and that can just carry them further in the future.
Yeah, and the future is where we look ahead here. But that is the stream for today. Thank you all for tuning on in. It's been Brad Cole, joined here from Spirit. It's been a blast, and I hope you all have an incredible rest of your week. Have an awesome weekend. Play some games. Have the most amount of fun possible.
Absolutely. We'll be back with League of Legends tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Catch you all in a few weeks.
See you guys.